In this video, I'll be showing you how to solo Impossible mode in Back Garden Impossible. Just before the video starts though, make sure to like and subscribe. We're on our way to 75,000 subscribers. Impossible mode, here we go. In this strategy, you can actually swap around with the DPS units. You don't really need Chompman. Well, first of all, turn on maximum game speed and auto skip off. Place down 3 bonsai trees, just like this. Make sure you follow the exact placements and watch till the end. It would be very important. Now upgrade the last bonsai tree. Upgrade it 2 times and it should be enough. Now upgrade both of the bonsai trees which you haven't upgraded once, and you should be fine for wave 2. You will be tanking a bit of damage, but you shouldn't die at this stage. Now turn on auto skip and you should be fine from now on for a while. Just upgrade the bonsai tree at the middle to max level and you should be safe until wave 6. For now, you'll be saving up for the Earth Dragons. While we save, which will take a bit of time, make sure to subscribe. It means a lot to us and we took a lot of time in making this strategy. At wave 6, turn off auto skip. If you don't, you will die immediately. So auto skip off, it'll take a bit of time. The bonsai trees will be able to kill all the enemies and be prepared to place down the Earth Dragon. And there we go. And yes, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. Stay tuned for more insane strategies like this one. And the Earth Dragon will be able to carry us a bit for now. It's really strong. The Earth Dragon is really overpowered. All we need to do is to place down 3 Earth Dragons and upgrade all of them to max level. You should be fine for a long while. The Earth Dragon can literally travel across the entire map and it's just an OP unit. And we should be able to get the Earth Dragon to level 4 and to max level very soon as well. And look, the Earth Dragon can travel across the entire map and no one can leak. It's just not possible to die with the Earth Dragon in mid-game stages. And honestly, I'm always wondering if the developers can make a broken unit just like the Earth Dragon again. The Earth Dragon is really good. It's used in endless runs, in survival mode, literally in every scenario you could think of in the game. But recently there aren't much units like the Earth Dragon, like as OP as Earth Dragon. I guess the eggplant was still very overpowered, but still I was expecting a bit more from the developers. Still, we couldn't complain much. The eggplant, of course, is also a very good unit. We're now going to place down the Chompman, and as I have said early on, we don't really need Chompman. You can actually replace the Chompman with the Venus plant. I do believe that the Venus can replace the Chompman. And I think that any units with decent DPS around like 4,000 or 3,500 should be working. And we've got the Chompman down, now we'll place down the strongest punch, potatoes. Actually, in this strategy, your loadout can be swapped. And the 2 units which you can actually swap is the Super Sprout and the Chompman. Do not swap the strongest punch, potato. It is really overpowered. You swap around with the Chomp and the Sunflower, the Infinity Petal, the Nuclear Plant, and I think the Venus Plant, which I have said earlier. And I almost forgot about the Dual Blaster, but it works very well. So you can actually swap around with the DPS a little bit, just not the Confusion, the Earth Dragon, or any other units which I haven't mentioned. And at wave 30, you should turn off auto skip or you'll be killed by the bosses very easily. Make sure to get your eggplant down and all of your DPS down and place down 2 confusion plants just at where I placed. And starting from now, just keep on using the time stop ability from the eggplant. It is not really necessary to micro any units, which is extremely cool. I got slow fingers, so it really works well for me, especially the strategy. And I'll use the time stop again when the enemies come out. Wait, never mind, we'll use it later when some stronger enemies come out. For now, I don't think we'll need the time stop actually. The confusion plan is already good enough for stalling time. I can't emphasize how important the confusion plan really is in the run. It literally stalls the enemies for a really long time, and this allows the Earth Dragon to deal enough damage. Not only am I displaying the strategy, but I'm also trying to explain why we do each of the steps, hopefully, to make you guys know what is going on. You can also macro the confusion plants if you really want to, even though I don't really think that it is that necessary. It doesn't save much time at all. So if you want to macro, I won't stop you, but if you don't, it's still fine. You won't lose the game. I'll place back the confusion plant over here. And let us just speed run these last waves. A few Snail King bosses over here. I'll perhaps use the time stop when they get into the range of all my DPS, just to make good use of it. And I've used the ability, it got stunned, and we've progressed to the next wave. I don't think any bosses will come out in this wave, so you should be able to handle it pretty easily. And the Earth Dragon is really carrying the game along with the confusion plants. And as you can see, the enemies literally move forwards and backwards, but they don't make much progress. That is really good for time stalling the confusion plant. And if you made it till here and you followed every single step, I highly believe that you can get a guaranteed win for every try. In my opinion, I think the later parts of the strategy is actually harder than the start, where you only have a bonsai tree and you'll need to tank a bit of damage. But if you master that, the whole strategy should be relatively easy. And the chicken jockeys are relatively easy to finish up at wave 37. And here comes a Snail King boss again at wave 38. Again, I'll use the time stop ability when the boss gets into the range of most of our DPS, so I can make good use of the time stop, and you should do that as well. But I highly doubt that we need to use time stop, but I'm going to use that anyway. And at wave 39, make sure to sell one of your confusion plants and place them at the front. You can slow down the game speed a little bit when you do, like when you micro some units, like moving them across the map, so that you can have sufficient time to move all of your units. The King Wops over here has a ton of HP. I'll play safe and micro the confusion, honestly, but it is actually up to you. I think you should be able to manage to kill the King Wops even without microing the confusion. But you've spent quite a lot of time in the run already. You won't want to lose at this stage of the game, right? But we've got it to half of its health already. This is looking really promising. And when it gets out of range, you can move the confusion plant again. And I'm pretty sure that we can get hold of the King Wops. It'll be kind of close, but I think we'll manage. And hold up, I think we should be able to kill it now. And there we go, we've made it to the last wave. So this is actually kind of close for the King Wops. It got quite far over there, but still I'll make a safer strategy tomorrow. You should stay tuned if you watched it till here. The Queen Spider is actually not that hard to deal with. If you macro the confusion plant right, you should have enough time to kill the Queen Spider. Again, turn down the game speed when you macro units. Also, make sure to spam the time stop ability. It saves you a ton of time attacking the enemies. And we're draining the health of the Queen Spider. And oops, I sold my eggplant. I'm going to replace that back. And confusion plant as well. Just doing some simple macroing. I think we should be fine over here. As you can see, if you bring some weaker DPS like the Super Sprout, you'll struggle a little bit. If you've got the Phoenix or like any other better DPS like the Dual Blaster, but I suggest not using the Super Sprout. Just get some unit with higher total DPS and you won't need to micro that much. At this stage, we're also just microing the confusion plant, which is not really that of a great deal. And we got the win. Make sure to subscribe.